Hello and welcome to my action research presentation. My name is Christina Spinoulis and I've conducted this action research to explore and develop engaging pedagogies in a classroom. Today, I will share the key findings and insights gained through this research journey, highlighting the impact on student engagement as well as achievement. In terms of the situational analysis of Matraville Public School and my classroom experience, let's begin by looking at the school's demographics and culture. Matraville Public School has an enrollment of 208 students, and interestingly, 78% of these students come from non-English speaking backgrounds. That's quite diverse, representing about 35 different language groups. Matraville Public School also has a significant 4% of students who identify as Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. Matraville Public School values education and actively involves the local community in various events and celebrations. When it came down to my Year 1 class, we had 24 students with a slight majority coming from different speaking backgrounds, making up 54.7% of EALD students. Our class layout was designed for engagement, with open seating and access to technology like interactive whiteboards, as well as a computer room. To begin, Matraville Public School places a strong emphasis on data-driven teaching and personalised learning. This approach is essential, especially given the school's diverse student body. Moving forward, they implement evidence-based teaching practices, ensuring that every student benefits from tailored and clear lessons. In addition to this, they use formative assessments to group students effectively, ensuring that each learner receives instruction at the right level. To keep students actively engaged, Matraville Public School incorporates inquiry-based learning methods. This approach fosters critical thinking and encourages students to explore topics in depth. Their choice of an open class layout promotes collaboration among students, and the interactive whiteboard adds an interactive and dynamic dimension to their lessons. And lastly, Matraville Public School underscores the importance of evidence-based teaching practices. This commitment ensures that teachers provide explicit instruction, leaving no room for ambiguity in the learning process. It's a comprehensive approach aimed at the holistic development of their students. Finally, let's discuss the school's strategic improvement plan. The school, in consultation with the community, has developed this plan aiming to improve student outcomes and learning growth through personalised learning, effective data use, and evidence-based teaching. In our class, we put these principles into action, focusing on inquiry-based learning, collaboration, and data-informed teaching methods. These strategies helped us continually enhance our teaching practices and student engagement. By using these strategies, we not only addressed the learner outcomes across different KLAs, but also observed clear signs of engagement, such as increased enthusiasm, students extending tasks beyond the allotted time, and lively discussions in the classroom. In my practicum, I would hypothetically utilize a 21st century pedagogy known as a creative classroom. This was to boost engagement levels. The creative classroom pedagogy leverages the power of active and experiential learning. It encourages students to become creators of knowledge, fostering a dynamic and interactive classroom environment. This approach aligns with the principles of 21st century education, where the emphasis is not solely on content delivery, but on nurturing critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity. By incorporating technology and collaborative activities, the creative classroom keeps pace with the changing educational landscape, preparing students for a future where adaptability and innovative thinking are paramount. Why is the creative classroom important for my action project, one may ask? Well, the creative classroom is a vital choice for my action project because it directly addresses the issue of student engagement. Research and educational theory consistently highlight the positive impact of active learning and creativity on student motivation and learning outcomes. In reference to the MEE framework, The unit content we've covered emphasizes that engaged students are more likely to perform better academically and retain knowledge longer. Therefore, adopting a pedagogy that boosts engagement is essential for effective teaching and learning. In addition to this, the creative classroom aligns with the vision of creating a stimulating learning environment where students are not passive recipients of information, but active participants in constructing knowledge. This alignment enhances the relevance and significance of this choice. What value does a creative classroom offer to students and my professional journey? For students, the creative classroom offers immense value. It transforms the learning experience by encouraging them to think critically, solve problems, and express their ideas creatively. This fosters not only academic growth, but also the development of essential life skills. Moreover, in the 21st century, where information is abundant and rapidly changing, the ability to adapt and innovate is paramount. The creative classroom equips students with these skills, preparing them for future challenges. My professional journey embraces the creative classroom, which is a transformative experience. It pushes me to continually innovate in my teaching methods, integrate technology effectively, and adapt to evolving educational landscape. This approach not only benefits my current practicum, but also contributes to my long-term professional growth, positioning me as an educator who can thrive in a rapidly changing educational environment. As a part of my mini unit of work, I developed 3 sequential lessons with similarities, designed to enhance the comprehension of fractions among Year 1 students. Please take a close look at each slide to explore the engaging lessons and the planning process I've undertaken throughout my first practice. Throughout the implementation of my mini unit on fractions for Year 1 students, I employed various data collection methods to gain invaluable insights into student engagement and achievement. In this journey, I used 4 key data types. 1. Collecting work samples. 2. Taking observation notes. 3. Recording learning conversations. And 4. Encouraging student self-assessment using the REAL framework. These methods enabled me to assess and refine my teaching practices effectively. To gauge student achievement and engagement during the mini unit of work, I meticulously gathered an array of work samples. These included drafts, plans, and final models, giving me a holistic view of student progress. What made this approach stand out was my focus on collecting samples at different stages of the learning process, not solely relying on the final product. I took the time to annotate each work sample, providing comments that addressed specific indicators of engagement and achievement. This approach allowed me to assess not just the quality of the work, but also the level of involvement and enthusiasm shown by the students throughout the various phases of the lessons. It was particularly enlightening in understanding group dynamics and overall engagement level. Observations played a pivotal role in my quest to understand and enhance student engagement during the mini unit. These observations were carried out during specific parts of the lessons, such as when students were engrossed in research, planning, or constructing their fraction models. I designed an observation notes template to comprehensively capture individual student engagement. Within this template, I delved into various aspects of engagement as delineated in the MEE framework, encompassing cognitive, operative, and affective dimensions. For instance, I observed and documented students' problem-solving skills and the application of mathematical concepts for high cognitive engagement. I closely monitored cooperation, collaboration, and productivity within groups for high operative engagement, and I assessed individual students' attitudes, involvement, and enthusiasm for the subject matter to gauge high effective engagement. These observations furnished me with a wealth of data, allowing me to pinpoint trends and patterns in student engagement throughout the lessons. In addition to work samples and observations, I recorded precious insights acquired through the learning conversations with students. These candid conversations unfolded organically during group work, one-on-one discussions, and classroom interactions. To ensure that these conversations remained focused and informative, I adhered to a structured observation schedule to capture qualitative data about students' understanding of fractions, their challenges, and their engagement levels in real time. In delving into the crucial process of collecting students' self-assessment using the REAL framework, I found this framework developed by Munns and Wood in 2006 to be instrumental in understanding and enhancing our students' learning experiences. To initiate this process, a series of prompts and questions were employed to guide students through self-reflection, serving as a key tool for generating insightful self-assessments. Initially, students were prompted with, "What have you learned?" This encouraged them to reflect on specific knowledge and skills they gained during the fraction unit. Following this, an inquiry was made into, "What aspects did you enjoy?" This allowed students to express the parts of the lessons that engaged and excited them the most. For a deeper perspective, the question, "What aspects did you find challenging?" was posed, helping students pinpoint areas where they encountered difficulties or required additional support. Finally, students were prompted with, "What more would you like to know?" This question encouraged curiosity and indicated areas they wished to explore further. This process of self-reflection took place individually and in writing, with each student allocated dedicated time to complete the self-assessment thoughtfully. It's noteworthy that additional prompts or surveys were not utilized. The primary focus was on fostering personal reflection. This approach to self-assessment using the REAL framework empowers our students to take ownership of their learning experiences, guiding them towards deeper levels of reflection and understanding. This data-driven method has proven invaluable in refining teaching practices and tailoring lessons to better suit our students' unique needs. Reflecting on my teaching practices, I've implemented a data analysis plan focusing on 3 key aspects: achievement, engagement, and holistic understanding. To assess achievement, I've used work samples, observation notes, and learning conversation records. For engagement, I've relied on observation notes, learning conversations, and student self-assessment through the REAL framework, considering active participation, enthusiasm, and cooperation. I've also taken into account the markers like peer interactions and in-class discussions. This analytical approach has allowed me to tailor my teaching effectively, ensuring students not only meet learning objectives, but also stay engaged and motivated throughout the fractions unit. Reflecting on this action research journey, I've come to see its potential for significant growth in my development as a teacher. As I think about implementing this approach in my future teaching practices, I imagine a range of benefits. To me, it seamlessly aligns with teaching standards, especially in areas like student engagement, self-assessment, and innovative data analysis techniques. This action research method empowers me to create a learning environment where students actively participate, reflect on their progress, and take charge of their own learning journeys, which is all essential aspects of effective teaching. If I get the opportunity to carry out this action research, I believe it will provide invaluable insights into both student achievement and the quality of learning. I anticipate observing improved student performance driven by their deeper engagement and self-assessment. I also envision a higher level of satisfaction among students as they become more involved in their learning processes, in line with the teaching standards focus on fostering positive learning experiences. This experience holds the promise of continuously learning for both my students and me. As I adapt and refine my teaching methods based on data-driven insights, I look forward to gaining a deeper understanding of effective pedagogical strategies. Ultimately, this action research journey has the potential not only to boost my professional growth, but also to create a more enriched and engaging learning environment for my students, which perfectly aligns with the core principles of teaching standards. Thank you all for joining me today in this presentation of my action research assessment. Your presence and engagement in this journey means so much to me. I value your time and insightful feedback, which will undoubtedly contribute to the ongoing development of my teaching practice.